The charity gala was held at the Metropolitan Museum of Art, with New York's wealthiest and most powerful in attendance. Emma wore a midnight blue gown that Alexander's stylist had selected, elegant, expensive, and designed to make her look like she belonged on his arm. "Remember the rules," Alexander murmured as they exited the limousine. "Smile. Laugh at my jokes. Touch my arm occasionally. Make them believe you're exactly where you want to be. And if they ask how we met," Emma asked, her stomach churning, "tell them we're old friends who reconnected. It's not entirely a lie." The museum's grand entrance was packed with celebrities, politicians, and business titans. Flash bulbs exploded as Alexander guided Emma inside, his hand possessive on the small of her back. She felt a dozen pairs of eyes assess her, judge her, find her wanting. "Alexander." A silver-haired woman in diamonds approached, her smile sharp. "We've missed you at these events. And who is this lovely creature?" "Catherine, allow me to introduce Emma Sullivan." "Emma, this is Catherine Blackwell, chair of the museum's board." Emma extended her hand, remembering Alexander's coaching. "It's wonderful to meet you, Mrs. Blackwell. Alexander speaks so highly of your work with the museum." Catherine's eyes glittered with interest. "Does he? How refreshing. Alexander rarely speaks highly of anyone. You must be very special." "She is," Alexander said smoothly, pulling Emma closer. The gesture looked romantic but felt like ownership. As the evening progressed, Emma played her part perfectly. She laughed at the right moments, made small talk with billionaires' wives, and let Alexander show her off like a prize. But the hardest moments came when the touching became necessary. "Dance with me," Alexander commanded during the orchestra's third waltz. On the dance floor, with his hand at her waist and hers on his shoulder, they were close enough that she could smell his cologne, the same scent he'd worn 5 years ago. His eyes met hers, dark and unreadable. "You're doing well," he said. "Very convincing." "Years of practice lying," Emma replied bitterly. His hand tightened on her waist. "That's not what I meant." "Isn't it? This whole evening is a lie." "I'm a lie." "Then we're both liars now." He spun her expertly, and for a moment she forgot this was revenge. For a moment, she remembered what it felt like when he'd looked at her with love instead of ice. "Alex," she whispered. "Don't." His voice was sharp. "Don't say my name like that. Not here. Not ever." The song ended. He released her immediately, stepping back as though she'd burned him. A young man approached, handsome, wealthy by the look of his custom tuxedo. "Alexander Cross. I've been wanting to meet you for months. James Hartford, Hartford Industries." They shook hands, but James's eyes were on Emma. "And you've been hiding this beautiful woman from us. Shame on you, Cross." "Emma is quite special," Alexander said, his tone warning. But James either didn't notice or didn't care. "Would you allow me one dance with your lovely companion? Surely you can spare her for 4 minutes." Emma saw Alexander's jaw clench. This wasn't part of the script. "I'd be delighted," Emma said before Alexander could refuse, needing escape from the confusing feelings swirling inside her. On the dance floor, James was charming and attentive. "You're new to this scene," he observed. "I'd remember you. Is it that obvious?" "Only because you look uncomfortable. Most of these people were born with silver spoons lodged permanently in their mouths. You look like you'd rather be anywhere else." Emma laughed despite herself. "That obvious too. I recognize a kindred spirit. My family has money, but I grew up in Ohio, not Manhattan. Sometimes I feel like an imposter at these things." It was easy talking to James. Comfortable. He didn't look at her like she owed him something or like he was calculating her worth. When the dance ended, Alexander was waiting, his expression dark. "Thank you for the dance," James said to Emma, then to Alexander. "You're a lucky man, Cross." "I know exactly what I have," Alexander replied coldly. In the limousine ride home, the silence was suffocating. "He was pleasant," Emma finally said. He wants you. He was being polite. He wants you, Alexander repeated, his voice hard. And you encouraged it. I danced with him. You practically forced me to network all night. What did you expect? I expected you to remember who you belonged to.